But
Child, you gotta calm down and listen to me.
Come on. Okay, hey, come on now. We're trying to get out in there no more now.
You know what I'm saying? To change this situation around. You know, we're in the streets doing the woo-woo-woo, but at the same time, you're not building your community. You're not doing anything for the community. But you sit.
Calvin Ford and Gervonta "Tank" Davis have officially gone their separate ways after working together for decades. Ford recently revealed that he wasn't surprised to see Tank's first draw happen in a fight where he wasn't as involved in the training camp. In many ways, Ford has been the key to Davis's success, having mentored and coached him since childhood.
Matter of fact, before they stopped it, I said every time
In fact, there have been concerns about Gervonta Davis not properly compensating Coach Calvin Ford. However, Ford has dismissed these claims, emphasizing that his relationship with Davis is like that of a father and son. He stated that while sons don't pay their fathers, they take care of them in other ways. Although they managed to clear up that dispute, the bigger issue remains: Davis's apparent lack of respect toward Ford. Until now, Tank had never entered a fight without Ford leading his corner, making this split a major turning point in his career.
It just went like, like you said, it was, we looked at 3 rounds. Brian was calling out, I need 3.
It happened for the first time last week, and the result was clear for everyone to see. However, what stood out the most was Tank's blatant disrespect toward Calvin Ford. During one of the later rounds, when Ford advised him to be more cautious, Davis abruptly yelled, "Calvin, calm down and listen to me." Many in the boxing community found this disrespectful and unnecessary. One fan even commented, "I feel bad for that man. Tank is so rude and ungrateful. He wouldn't be where he is without Calvin Ford."
And as someone that's had Tank since basically he was a pup and you've raised him as a boxer and a man, what would you like to see Tank do?
Another fan tried to put himself in Davis's shoes, saying that if he had someone like Calvin Ford guiding him the way Ford did for Tank, he would always be grateful and make sure Ford never lacked anything. Meanwhile, another person strongly criticized Davis's actions, calling him an ungrateful person. They went as far as to describe Tank as wicked, saying they could never associate with someone like that after everything Calvin had done for him. And yet, Davis still refers to Calvin as his father. Now, Calvin Ford has finally spoken out, revealing the real reason behind their split in a recent interview where he was asked tough questions about the situation.
You know what I'm saying? Tank does that, to get a eyebrow out of people. Like, you know how the Rock, when he put the eyebrow out, and he did get it. That's just like...
It's always important to hear both sides of the story. However, if everything being said is true, then Davis might be a completely different person from the incredible boxer people once admired. Calvin Ford went on to share details about what really happened between them. He spoke about the sacrifices he made for Davis and how he stood by him, fulfilling a promise to Davis's father to guide him throughout his career.
Yeah, everything just happened.
Yes, sir.
Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's all I got to just...
He said, "I've done it all. I've done it all. And if he thinks this is what's best for me, then it's fine." What's more surprising is how silent Tank Davis has been about the situation. Unsurprisingly, their conflict seems to have something to do with Floyd Mayweather, which played a role in the growing tension between Davis and Calvin Ford.
And I'm like, okay, I feel
Why would he like him? Why would he like him? He's a great fighter, but he's a horrible, horrible person.
Mayweather and Gervonta Davis have had a rocky relationship, with both seemingly trying to one-up each other. They share several mutual acquaintances, including Leonard Ellerbe and Calvin Ford. For Floyd Mayweather Jr., loyalty is everything, and he expected more from Leonard Ellerbe, considering their long history together. After all, Ellerbe only built his relationship with Davis through Mayweather. However, when Ellerbe attempted to mediate between Floyd and Tank, Floyd saw it as a betrayal and decided to cut him off, making it clear that he wanted him to pick a side.
So I'm sure that he ain't gonna change. He's gonna be who he is, and again, he don't bother me. I don't think 2 seconds about none of that because he's not on my.
Similarly, Gervonta Davis expected Calvin Ford's loyalty to be solely with him, given that Ford had been his trainer from the very start of his career. However, while Ford never outright sided with Mayweather, Davis expected more from him. In Tank's eyes, Ford shouldn't have remained neutral or diplomatic whenever Floyd Mayweather's name came up. He wanted his coach to show the same level of open defiance and hostility that he himself displayed toward Mayweather. But when Ford didn't meet those expectations, Davis ultimately decided to cut him off.
Fans watching this would be like, "Oh, why does Leonard feel this way?" Like, I've been covering the sport. I know the relationship, but they're going to be
history will tell you everything you need to know about him.
Following the release of the footage, Calvin Ford was compelled to address the ongoing conflict between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. During a virtual interview with Fight Hub TV, Ford stated that Mayweather should be proud to have been part of Davis's journey as he secured his 30th career victory in 30 fights.
It'll be all right, man. Another thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But
sadly, it's the other way around. He began by saying, "Like I say, Tank is Tank, but at the
end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. I always tell you that. You should be supporting that."
He also claimed that situations like this reveal people's true colors, and that was exactly the case with Floyd Mayweather. He said, "It's a rocky road where we see what's going on. Just pay attention. The story is going to reveal itself." But again, that's how a lot of people are. Somebody even said, "That's the true colors of a person coming out, man."
It's a rocky road that we seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn.
They can't stand, comfortably. I don't like using that word, man, but our Lord knows. He knows, he concluded. As diplomatic as Calvin Ford tried to be, his words still caused damage, especially to Floyd Mayweather, who had already had enough of the disrespect from Gervonta "Tank" Davis and his team. However, what has now caused the biggest chaos between Davis and Ford was Tank's last fight, which ended in a majority draw. Boxing fans had hoped that a victory for the WBA lightweight champion would pave the way for a unification showdown against WBC champion Shakur Stevenson later this year. But that wasn't the case, as Davis was held to a controversial draw against Lamont Roach, with the biggest controversy happening in the 9th round.
I think he got overconfident. I think he was thinking Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how the fight was going to go. The fight went exactly how I said. Exactly.
Tank shocked everyone watching when he voluntarily took a knee and retreated to his corner, but the referee chose not to count it as a knockdown. The fight went the full 12 rounds and ended with the judges scoring at 115 to 113 for Davis and 114 to 114 twice, resulting in a majority decision draw. However, if the knockdown had been scored, Roach would have secured the victory. While this was overlooked during the fight, the New York State Athletic Commission is now reviewing the incident. The commission has the authority to retroactively overturn Willis's call from Saturday, which could change the official result of the bout. However, such a decision is rare in boxing.
And I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track in the rounds.
World Boxing Association President Gilberto Mendoza has stated that he is prepared to push for an immediate rematch between Davis and Roach. The WBA has the authority to mandate a rematch, and if Davis refuses, he could risk being stripped of his title. Additionally, Davis had a one-way rematch clause in his contract, allowing him to demand an immediate rematch if he failed to secure a victory. In the days following the controversial fight, both fighters have expressed their willingness for a rematch through social media.
I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Nearly everyone in the boxing community agrees that Tank taking a deliberate knee should have been ruled a knockdown by referee Steve Willis. If that had happened, Roach Jr. would have won the 9th round 10-8. Instead, Willis did not call it a knockdown, and two judges scored the round 10-9 in favor of Tank. Since the fight ended in a majority draw with two 114-114 scorecards and one judge scoring at 115-113 for Davis, the missed knockdown call was crucial. Had it been counted, Roach Jr. would have secured a split decision victory, taking Davis's WBA lightweight title and handing him his first professional loss.
ask, when you think about this decision and it being a draw, and you think about what happened in the 9th round, how frustrated are you that that wasn't counted as a knockdown?
Davis still holds an undefeated record, now including a draw, but according to a March 3rd post on X from Roach Jr., he seems confident that the result could be overturned. In his post, Roach Jr. hinted at a possible change, writing, "Word round the block, y'all. FA fight FI 3013-012XX2 division champ. Roach Jr. is expected to officially appeal the fight's outcome, specifically challenging the non-knockdown call." His post suggests that if he proceeds with the appeal, he has been led to believe the result could be overturned, handing him the win and giving Davis his first professional loss. However, it's also possible that Roach Jr. is simply fueling the controversy surrounding the fight. This story is still unfolding, and more updates are sure to come.
Man, I'm not. Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown.
Tank later explained that the reason he briefly took a knee was because grease had gotten into his eyes. However, that excuse may not hold up with boxing authorities, especially after Roach Jr.'s recent social media post hinted that the fight result could be overturned, a shocking twist that would send shockwaves through the sport. Lamont Roach Jr. has now strongly suggested that his controversial draw against Gervonta "Tank" Davis could soon be overturned. Many in the boxing community believe Roach was robbed of a major upset victory due to a referee's error in the 9th round. Taking to social media, Roach teased that Davis may be on the verge of losing his undefeated record, fueling speculation that an official appeal could lead to a historic decision reversal.
Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe sweat out his eye, he had to wipe sweat out his eye. But the rules do state, if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's automatic again.
If Roach's post on X holds any truth, it could become the biggest boxing story of 2025 so far. While he would be officially crowned the winner, he may feel robbed of the chance to celebrate that moment inside the ring after going the full distance against one of the sport's top fighters. Roach made his stance clear, saying, "Don't say Tank will knock me out no more. I'm shutting that down right now. Don't even fix your mouth to say this man could knock me out. Crazy." Meanwhile, Stevenson has also weighed in on the controversy. Taking to social media, he stated that the fight played out exactly as he predicted, adding, "My ticket hit tonight. For the people that don't know anything about boxing, the fight went exactly how I thought it was going to go."
After seeing this performance from Gervonta, do you believe your confidence has gone a little bit more up?
My confidence been up. I've been knew I was the best.
Keyshawn, what's your worst?
Stevenson also made it clear that he wouldn't be criticizing Tank for his performance despite Davis previously mocking his victory over Josh Padley last week. He said he ain't even gonna troll on dude like he would do me, but he's still ready and willing to fight and wants to make it happen. Davis, in his post-fight interview, expressed his desire for an immediate rematch with Roach, suggesting that a potential showdown between him and Stevenson may not happen anytime soon. However, Stevenson had something else in mind. Taking to X, he stated that if Lamont can't get a rematch, he got a big fight for him and a world title shot against him. He added that's his bro, but they can definitely make something happen, and gave Roach his props.
Nah, I thought Lamont won.
Who you thought won?
Lamont.
You thought Lamont won? By how many rounds?
I don't know.
You still want the Tank Davis fight?
So what?
You still want the...
Good stuff and options are now open for Roach. Of course, Davis remains the biggest money fight in the division by far. However, if the rules had been properly followed, Roach would have won on 2 scorecards and secured a majority decision victory. Meanwhile, Devin Haney is set to return in May on a massive card at Times Square, and he hasn't wasted any time taking shots at his rival this weekend.
I'm the best at 135, man. kept trying to tell you, kept trying to be.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis had a tough night in New York, settling for a draw against an impressive performance from Lamont Roach. After the fight, Devin Haney took to X to comment on Davis, saying, "I was waiting for the backflip," before adding, "Nah, but for real, that fight motivated me to get back. I'm excited for May 2nd. No doubt, Davis will have a response soon." Expect plenty of back and forth between fighters in and around this weight class in the coming days. Keyshawn Davis, who recently became a 135 pounds world champion by knocking out Dennis Baroni, joining Tank, Shakur Stevenson, and Vasiliy Lomachenko, shared his thoughts on Instagram Live. He mentioned that he believed Lamont Roach deserved to win, saying, "I feel like Lamont won. Let's start there. I believe Lamont definitely won. A draw, well, it is what it is. I'm not criticizing the decision, but I truly felt Lamont Roach should have gotten the win. I think they need to have a rematch."
Still trying to say I can't do this, I can't. Okay. Hey, shouts out to the whole that whole event though. Let's start there. It was a great event.
As for how he matches up against either fighter, Keyshawn Davis is extremely confident in his ability to secure a stoppage. "I'm the best at 135, man. Either one of them guys, I'm knocking them out, word. I'm telling you, if you give me either," he declared. Tank has stated that he's open to a rematch, but confirmed it won't happen next, leading fans to speculate that his next fight was already signed before Roach disrupted the plans. Meanwhile, Danny Garcia's father shared an interesting take on what some perceived as an underwhelming performance from Gervonta "Tank" Davis. After his draw with Lamont Roach, many believe Tank may have dropped in the pound-for-pound rankings.
We kept trying to tell y'all, Lamont ain't that bad. Lamont, that shit fuck.
Speaking to Fight Hype after the fight, Garcia Sr. shared his thoughts. "Yeah, because of the pressure of life. You're an athlete, bro. A lot of pressure comes with the game, bro. And behind the scenes, there's stuff. You know what I'm saying? That people don't hear about. Your family, other stuff you have to worry about. A million things that fall on top of you. The world falls on top of you, brother." Davis has been flying high in recent years, and everyone has a bad night now and then. Hopefully, a rematch can be made, or at the very least, a big fight for Davis that reignites his motivation. One judge scored the fight in favor of the champion, while the other two ruled it a draw. This meant that Davis taking a knee in the 9th round, which was bizarrely not ruled a knockdown by referee Steve Willis, should have swung the bout in Roach's favor. Speaking to Boxing Gems, Hall of Fame fighter turned analyst Tim Bradley didn't hold back, calling the decision unacceptable.
"Yeah, they made the rules up as, of course, Tank the house fighter. They made the rules up. Yeah, that was bullshit. It should have been called a knockdown. You can't take a break like that. The only person that can do that is the referee."
Bradley continued his criticism, saying, "The knee was crap. They made the rules up. Tank's the house fighter. It should have been called a knockdown. You can't take a break like that. The only person that can do that is the referee. The referee can stop the action, not the other way around." Tank basically told him, "Hey, I got something in my eye. I need to go to the corner so they can wipe it out. You don't get timeouts like that in boxing. That should have been a knockdown, period." Meanwhile, Bill Haney, father of Devin Haney, wasted no time taking a shot at Davis following his underwhelming performance. Haney Sr. took to X, posting, "31Z, you idiot."
Haney for getting cheated by Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney shared a post to remind them that he is still undefeated for a reason.
Referring to his son Devin Haney's 31-0 record, Bill Haney took a shot at Davis, who now stands at 30-0-1 after the draw. Roach was even moving up in weight for this fight, making the result even more controversial. Davis showed solid boxing skills at times, but some believe he focused too much on movement instead of attacking. Perhaps a more aggressive approach and an early knockout attempt would have worked better for him. Pound-for-pound star Terence Crawford also chimed in, pointing to an old Floyd Mayweather fight. Posting on X, he wrote, "Some of y'all need to watch Mayweather versus Hernandez and see Mayweather take a knee because he hurt his hand, and it was called a knockdown, not from a punch either." Tim Bradley later revealed that after reviewing the fight twice, he had Roach winning.
The referee can stop the action and say, "Hey, let me take you to the corner so they can wipe it out." You don't get timeouts like that in boxing, yo. So that was bull.
"I already went back and watched it. Tank Davis lost," Bradley stated after reviewing the fight again. "I wasn't scoring it the first time around. People were asking me, who do you think won that round? I was like, close or whatever, because I was on my own live. But I went back and watched it, and damn, Tank lost that. Even without the knockdown, he lost. He just didn't do enough work. Davis has expressed openness to a rematch, but he made it clear that it won't be his next fight. This has fueled speculation that he already had his next opponent lined up before stepping into the ring against Roach.
Down, period. I've already went back and I watched it. Tank lost. I watched it when I wasn't scoring.
Renowned commentator and broadcaster Jim Lampley is reportedly making a return to top-level boxing coverage and recently shared his thoughts on the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach draw in NYC. Speaking to Fight Hype, Lampley weighed in on a potential Shakur Stevenson fight, stating, "Stevenson has a reputation as the best defender in the division. He is a feared fighter because of that particular quality. If I'm Tank Davis and I'm coming off a disappointment in terms of my offensive output, I'm not going straight to the best defender in the division." And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and action in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our quality content. Until next time, peace out.